Donovan Mitchell, man, one of the most disrespected players in the NBA. Cause in a league where you got players winning MVP strictly off of winning more games than the other candidates, why are we not talking about how great Donovan Mitchell has been this season, especially considering the Jazz not only have the best record in the conference, but in the entire NBA? It's like we just completely overlook Donovan Mitchell whenever we're talking about the best players in the league, MVP candidates, and beyond. And honestly, I'm tired of it. In this video, we're going to show him the love and respect that he deserves. And if you're watching this video and you've never given D Mitch that credit, hopefully after watching this video, you can understand why I feel the way that I feel. But before I get started, I just realized that most people that watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. So what are you doing? Make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash that bell to turn on post notifications. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, as my Instagram links and also all my other social medias are in the description box. @names also on the screen. And enough of all the plugs, let's get back to the topic, and that is Spider himself, Donovan Mitchell. Now, I'm sure some, if not most, of the people watching this video are like, yo Mustard, what are you talking about? D Mitch is always praised. We know how good he is. He's a 20-point per game scorer in Utah and the face of that franchise. And my response to that is, well, you just sold him way shorter than you need to be selling him. Because Donovan Mitchell, since he entered the league, has led the Jazz to consistent playoff success in the Western Conference, which you can't say for every single player in the league. For example, look at Luka Doncic. In his rookie season, as great as it was, he didn't lead them to the playoffs. Donovan Mitchell did that as soon as he stepped into the league. And sure, you could say the roster around him was really good. Well, if that's the case, why were the Jazz predicted to be a lottery team? It's because people didn't know how good Donovan Mitchell was going to be in his rookie season, in which he finished second in the Rookie of the Year race behind Ben Simmons. He then went on into the playoffs and torched the Oklahoma City Thunder, who had a player coming off of his MVP season the year before, Russell Westbrook, and another all-star caliber player in Paul George. He gave them buckets as if it was nothing. Mind you, he was only a rookie. Then the next year he did go out sad against the Houston Rockets, I will admit, and he didn't even play that well. But let's not force and actually put context on that situation. He's playing in a backcourt with Ricky Rubio, in which defenses don't respect his shot, as it's never been a consistent three-point jumper since he entered the NBA. And if you've been following my channel, you know I was a strong advocate for them to change Ricky Rubio as the starting point guard, either moving him to the bench or just trading him altogether, which is what they ultimately did. And they brought in a whole bunch of new additions, such as Bogdanovich and also Mike Conley. And to be quite honest with you guys, those were flop additions, as Bogdanovich missed the playoffs last year, and Mike Conley, yeah, let's just be real, he did not live up to the expectations that a lot of people, including myself, put on him for the Utah Jazz. But this year, it looks like all the pieces are right for this team to have a really deep playoff run. Mike Conley looks like his old self this season. Bogdanovich is continuing his great shooting ways. Jordan Clarkson looks like the sixth man of the year off the bench. Rudy Gobert is a defensive force yet again. But who is at the helm offensively? Like always in the previous years, it's Donovan Mitchell. But yet for some reason, we're still having debates on if he's a better player than Devin Booker, who's never even made the postseason before. And it's not like D Mitch is just some regular Joe Schmo leading the Jazz. He's going out there in the postseason and having historic performances. I already went over what he did against the Oklahoma City Thunder, but guys, did we not forget he almost broke Michael Jordan's scoring record in a playoff game with a 57-point performance against the Denver Nuggets last year, in a series that he averaged 36 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds on 53% shooting from the field, 52% from 3, and 95% at the free throw line. but yet we're still going to debate on if he's better than a guy that we've never even seen in the postseason before in Devin Booker. And no disrespect to D-Book, but until he can deliver in the postseason the way that Donovan Mitchell has proven he can deliver, I'm not going to say he's better than Donovan Mitchell. I don't care how deep his bag is. But then you get to this season in which I've heard all the arguments that yeah, he may not be the best or impactful player on the team, as a lot of people may think that's Rudy Gobert. But when you look at what D-Mitch has done this year, leading this team on the offensive side of the ball, because let's just be quite frank, in the clutch, their offense is give the ball to D-Mitch and everybody get out the way. Maybe he'll throw Rudy Gobert a lob. Yeah, that's all they do. And it works because D-Mitch is just that good. And a lot of people are gonna say he's not even in the conversation for an MVP candidate. And I ask why? Because if it's the lack of numbers, just look at what he's done over the last 33 games. 29 points per game, nearly 6 assists and 5 rebounds, shooting 44% from the field, 37% from 3, and 85% at the free throw line. Sure, you could say Jokic numbers are better, this guy's numbers are better, blah, 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 blah. But D-Mitch has winning on his side, not only in his conference, but throughout the entire NBA, as the Jazz have the best record in the league. And I thought that winning was the #1 factor as it pertains to an MVP, but I guess I was wrong. Because no matter what the situation is, we always have to find a way to discredit what D-Mitch is doing, time in and time out. Because let's not forget, we have had an MVP in the past win it over guys just because they're winning more and their style of play, even though their numbers don't suggest it. And if you don't remember the guy's name, let me jog your memory. Steve Nash won an MVP averaging 15 points per game in a league where LeBron James was averaging a near 30-point triple-double and Kobe Bryant was carrying Kwame Brown and Smush Parker averaging 30 plus in LA. So don't give me the whole his numbers aren't good enough excuse, because if Nash can win it averaging 15 over 30 point per game scores, then yeah, we need to have another conversation on how we determine who is the MVP in the NBA. Now, am I saying D-Mitch should win the MVP? No, that is not what I am saying at all, so don't misconstrue what I am trying to say in this video. What I am trying to say is that respect is earned, and D-Mitch has more than earned our respect from not only his regular season resume, but his playoff resume. And based on what he's done this year, I see no reason for him to not at least be a candidate and even make an All-NBA team as the first team. But I'm sure that won't happen because other guys have better numbers, better name value, and people will find a way to say Rudy Gobert is the most impactful, which leads into them saying the best player on the Utah Jazz, which will continue the cycle of us underrating D-Mitch going into the playoffs, in which he's going to outshine everybody on his team, and the same thing will happen next year. And that's why Donovan Mitchell is the MVP that we don't deserve. But that concludes this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you let me know down below in the comment section and smash that like button as well as the subscription bell, all of that yada yada stuff. Y'all know the drill. It's your boy Young Mustard signing out. Y'all stay safe and have a blessed day. Peace.